Thanks very much for joining us today. Lakelands, we're doing a little thing where we're sponsoring, you guys sent us some questions, so we want to get you some answers. So today we're joined by Registered Dietitian Rachel Hannah, and she's going to walk us through some questions. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. So let's start at the beginning. And get everybody up to the speed on exactly what we're talking about. What is a registered dietitian in Ontario?
Yeah, sure. No, it's a great question because there are, different titles that we can call ourselves, and, nutritionist is very different from registered dietitian. So that's a great thing just to start out with, just to clarify for everybody. So yeah, if we think about the title registered dietitian or RD, you have to be registered with a dietetic regulatory body. So in the province that you practice, actually. So Ontario is different from, say, if we were looking, out in British Columbia. So I'd have to be registered with that province if I lived there. And so you register and we go through, different updates every year and different training. And so getting into it, if we think about how to become a dietitian, so we do an undergraduate degree and we complete a Bachelor of Science from an accredited university program. And then afterwards, you go into a internship. So I actually did mine in the US. So I went to Georgia State University, and then I did my internship at Life University. And so that was a 9-month program. You do a certain amount of hours. So it's kind of similar to starting a new job every 3 or 4 weeks where you're with a different dietitian shadow. And it is hard for sure. That was one of the hardest, I think, years of my life because you're learning so much, you're taking it in. And so you do a certain amount of hours, and it actually really helps you because you get to see different areas that dietitians work in. So I had a range, where I was in clinical and hospital setting. I got to, be in a dialysis clinic, long-term care, got to see a lot of different careers. So that's good. So you do those hours, and some are 9 months, some are a year. Some programs actually combine a master's degree where you actually do your internship plus master's. It just depends on the program. And then you finish that, and then you're eligible to take an exam. And so I took mine in the US because I wasn't sure, how everything would transfer over. And then I took the Canadian one as well. So you have to pass an exam at the end of all this. So I would say an average of training, like you do the 4-year of, Bachelor of Science and then the internship. So it probably takes an average of 5 years, sometimes 6 for people if they do a master's. So that's
that's not too bad then on the wallet for a parent looking for their child something to do.
Yeah, for sure. So not as bad as other programs. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, with all the science that you're doing, do you have an ongoing accreditation that you have to do so many hours a year?
We don't have, in the US, you actually have certain credits they have to do, continuing education. Here, that's optional. You can definitely, if you want to actually specialize in any area as a dietitian, you should take additional courses. For example, I specialize in sports nutrition. So I took the IOC sports nutrition program just so I could get an understanding of working with athletes, but it's not mandatory. We do more check-ins around. They do basically you do goal setting and you see, did you complete your goals from the previous year? So it's more of a reflection activity where every year when you're about to, pay your registration fee, you go through 3 different, I think it's 3 or 4 action items, and you see, okay, did I achieve this last year? What steps can I take? And then the college does go through that with everyone just to make sure everyone has some goals and things they want to learn for continuing education. But there's no courses that are mandatory. You don't have to do a certain amount each year to keep registered. You just have to pay your fees, and sometimes you do get audited. They can come in and check what you're doing. So.
Fair enough. We know what a registered dietitian is. Thank you very much, and we'll come back to you next time and find out some more. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.